You're live.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, welcome to our first live of the channel. I don't know why we feel so nervous,
quite
but we
funny,
do. It's like Joe's display of our.
I've put some props in the background.
Yeah.
Seasonal. I don't know if the plant's seasonal, but the pumpkin's very seasonal. I might carve them later on.
We've got a cup of chai and we've got all of your questions written up on my phone. So I'm going to try and look up the camera, but also try and look at here. But first, we'd like to thank you all for making it possible that we've reached 10k.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Oh, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Quite a few people. It's actually the population of our hometown. So it's like everyone there is just subscribed, like we paid them off or something. Give 50p each.
Oh, so there's comments on here, so you guys can. I will try and read that as well. I'm not very good at multitasking, so if anything comes up that you think of whilst we're answering these questions, then just write in the comments and we'll try and integrate them all. So we've written them in some sort of order. So we're going to try and start off with like boat related questions and then go on to sort of like future plans and stuff, which a couple of you have asked about.
Also, before we start, we are very much off grid at the minute and the internet's not that great. So if we like cut out or something, I apologise.
Yeah, hopefully.
We've got like 4 meg at the minute.
Hopefully that will not happen. Oh, hello, Maisie. Our niece is on there. And hello, Marco from Germany. So first question I'm going to answer, and that was budget and how much we've spent. So we mentioned in our narrowboat versus house video that the boat cost us 12k.
Yeah.
I think we've come to agree we've probably spent all in all about 30 just over on it completely. I mean, the question went on as well to saying, was that over budget? We didn't really have a budget other than actually buying the boat, which was in our budget. The rest we've just been paying as you go. We've had it now, what, 18 months?
I think it is 18 months, yeah.
So we've literally just been paying for things as you go. There's been some months that we've needed to, you know, save, or we can't get that till we get paid and things like that. So yeah, it's really been just a project, and it's still ongoing, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's still things like the boat painting that sort of came out of the blue, so that was a bit. So we had to save for that. Yeah. Did you say?
Yeah. So painting the boat probably cost us. Did we say about £3,000 total? 2 or 3, between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Most of that was
2,
the
I'd say.
dock, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, maybe a bit more than 2.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say 3, but
maybe 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're really pleased with it. Sorry, I seen one of the comments say you can't wait to see it, but it's 8 o'clock here and it's really dark out. We've just got dark. Yeah, it's really dark in here. I hope the lighting's okay on the video. Hi everyone. Sorry, it's really hard to read them all. It's very overwhelming. You were going to answer the next question, which is, do you wish you had a survey before you bought the boat?
Yeah, so when we bought the boat, as some of you may know, we were actually in Italy. We bought it sight unseen. I sent my dad up there, Maisie's granddad. He basically went up with a deposit, looked at it. Now, whilst the boat was out of the water at the wharf, it was surveyed, and that's when he realised it needed overplating. So it was overplated, had a survey. We bought it. Now, ideally, we'd have got a third-party surveyor ourselves just to double check that they're not like sort of giving a backhander to this other surveyor, but we trusted the boatyard, trusted that other surveyor, and we've gone with that survey. So
yeah,
it had pretty much the whole base plate, I think, overplayed and a few other bits of welding. So had a fair bit of work done, and it would have cost quite a bit of money. They had it out of water for about 3 months, so we were really confident that it was good to go, basically.
Yeah. Hi, Tegan from Cornwall. Hello from Florida, from California. Wow, it's incredible. It's literally insane. Like,
time would it be? Was it
our
like
small little
-5
channel.
hours?
No, that's Florida. Florida's -5, and then I think California is closer to 10. I might be wrong. I can't remember now. Next question, which I think you're probably better off answering again as well.
My eyes are so bad.
Have we employed any trades to help?
No, so we're really fortunate, as you've probably seen in some of the videos. Danny's uncle, my dad, my brother.
We're really fortunate.
Yeah, basically all in the trades. Danny's uncle's a carpenter, my dad's a general builder, does a bit of everything. My brother's a plumber. So we sort of relied on them to help us through some of the bits that we weren't confident with.
Yeah.
And with Gary being a carpenter who made our doors, we could have made doors, but nothing like that.
Yeah.
And my brother with the gas and stuff just to check that that's safe.
Same as the doors that still haven't been fitted because we haven't painted the stern. They were made by a family friend as well. But I do think even if we did it again, like the quality of Gary's doors and like you said, safety with gas, I do think it's worth just paying that little bit extra. Like we wouldn't ever be able to make doors like that. Like I don't doubt your ability, but
no, that would
they
have taken
fit
me 6 months to do
to
that.
a T. Like I know it's obviously his job and he's been doing it for however long, but just for him to take the measurements, come back and they fit perfectly, we'd have to remeasure that probably like 30 times or something.
And then you cut it too short. The only other one I think Kev came and he did the side hatches for us because I can't weld. I want to learn. I probably should have learned before we got the boat, but didn't. He did those and he did the water tank for us. So he cut out the deck and welded back in the deck for us once we put a new water tank in. That's just something I wasn't confident in doing.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I think that was it.
Yeah.
Sorry if we've forgotten anyone that helped us.
No, I think that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah. You've done loads though. Big up to you. You've done
just learning as we've gone, really.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a big project. If anyone's thinking of doing their own boat from the state that we bought it, don't get me wrong, it was hard. If time wasn't of the essence, you could genuinely learn as you go and pick up most things, and anything you're not confident on, get someone in to do it professionally. Like gas is a definite, potentially electrical as well. When we did the van, I learned quite a bit on that, so I was pretty confident with our electrics. But there are there's so much information on YouTube and on forums, on Facebook pages, just to see if you're doing something utterly stupid. But even if you are, then it's potentially a learning curve anyway.
Yeah. I'm just going to try and read through some of these. California's actually 8 hours. Thank you. Well,
what's that? 8 o'clock. So midday.
Yeah.
Quick maths.
Thank you guys. So next question we had was most challenging parts of the build. I would say I think we bought this very naively, which I think is great. I think it's quite great being naive to things because you don't doubt your ability then. But I just think when you have a bad day and things don't go right, especially when you're filming, because that makes everything take longer, it is just a bad day and you just think, why are you doing this? But that was more when we were like really building. It's not like now because it's like we can live here.
Yeah, and trying to work. We didn't really live on the boat whilst we're doing it up, but just being here during the day and trying to cook a meal or make a cup of tea or something, you've got to clear the workstation. It's awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hardest task though, I mean the painting's pretty fresh. That was a grueling couple of weeks. That was
I think if we
11
weren't
days.
ill, it wouldn't have been so
It was
bad.
such bad timing.
And it was because it was £140 a day. You just couldn't justify having a day off. Like, so we were just doing it every day. And I think as a normal job, you would have a day off before doing it for like 11 days. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
But I saw someone wrote in the comments like, oh, you'll forget the pain. And yeah, we 100% will. I'm sure we'll do something silly like that again. Hi, Johnny from Darlington. Where's Darlington? Where's that? That's England.
You're thinking of the pottery.
Oh, yeah.
And the glass. We have some glasses.
Yeah. Next question is favorite and least favorite thing about living on Lady Pennybum. I would say my favorite is just opening up the hatches, being in a new place, and feeding all the birds. What would you say?
For favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably similar. Just being on the canal and being around the canal when it's sunny or when it's decent weather. Even today is pretty cozy. It's been absolutely chucking it down.
Yeah.
And it's still a nice place to be once you're inside and it's
cozy.
Yeah. But yeah, just being by the canal, I think I've always loved being by water. Just feel quite at peace here.
Yeah. What's
your
least favorite?
Is basically being off grid. Although I love being off grid, the toilet issue and filling up water and stuff, that gives me a little bit of anxiety, worrying, when's the next place going to be? Sometimes the Elsan, which is the toilet drop off, sometimes they're full.
Yeah.
We're pretty lucky that we live relatively local, or our parents live relatively local, and then we could go and empty a toilet with them because we're fortunate enough to have a car as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just if it was plumbed away and we didn't have to think about it. It'd just be
You
one
can
less
get the
thing.
pump out ones, but
But
they
then,
actually cost quite a lot.
yeah,
And
20
again, if
quid
that
then
ever filled up and then
you
that
couldn't,
isn't,
yeah.
then that's even worse than what we're in.
Yeah.
I'd say my thing at the moment, because we are on the canal, and you'll see, we'll speak about that a bit more in our video next week. But I would say with having the boat and having a car, for me to get to work, when you're in certain areas, not being able to park right next to it, and just the logistics of walking to your car when I start work at like 7 a.m, 2 hours away. So I've got to get up like even earlier to try and find my car. It's just, the other day it was like a 10-minute walk at like 5 a.m, and it's just a bit like,
especially as the weather's getting worse.
yeah, definitely.
Apart from that,
But yeah, I would say overall, like, definitely the
suits us,
benefits
doesn't it? Yeah.
outweigh the negatives. There's not many negatives. I think even when I was walking back the other day, back to the boat, it was like cold and wet and dark, but then I could still see swans on the Avon below us, and I just thought, oh, do you know, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Next question was favorite YouTube channels.
Danni Joe.
So we've put a couple people down for this. So really, we don't really watch that many YouTubers that do narrow boats. Surprisingly, I think we're fed up of like you editing ours. So
if I'm editing all day and you've been working on the boat all day, it's almost like a chef. The last thing they want to do when they get home is make a really nice meal. They're gonna make like a cheese and ham sandwich.
But I think people that we do watch, if we do watch YouTuber narrowboat ones, would be a narrowboat that James built. We also watch Cruising Albert and Ben and Emily. There are narrowboat related ones, but we do watch a lot of YouTubers, but they're just more traveler related. So we watch Eamon and Beck, who are a Canadian couple, which I would say are the people that actually got us in to
really
wanting to do
a van
YouTube
to start with,
and a van. We've also got King in It. They're a couple from Wales. I think they're really funny and they just do ridiculous things. Cara and Nate, they're from America, from Nashville, Tennessee. And also the indie projects. They had a narrowboat, they then had a van, and now they've got a homestead in Portugal, which is similar to what we want to do, really. But yeah, you say that's all?
Yeah, pretty much all.
Goodness, sorry, I'm trying to. Hi, everyone that's messaging us. Sorry, I think we'll do the questions we've got, and then we'll go through them. I think that might be easier, because I was going to go, hey, Nikki from nowhere. Well, from somewhere. Hey. Do you want to answer this one? So, did you miss your narrowboat when you were traveling in the USA, and did it feel strange not having a boat to work on whilst you're out there?
It was, because we've been on the boat or working on the boat for about a year at that point. That was our day and that was our life and that was all we're thinking about. So it was a little bit weird actually to be going on, and because the world had opened up to flights and stuff. So just getting on a plane and stuff is a really different for us. I wouldn't say, did I miss it? It was nice towards the end of the trip. We were really looking forward to get back to the boat, but it was such like a stimulating and fast-paced 3 months. Didn't really have time to think of home much, did we?
I think I missed it because the boat was pretty much just done as we were leaving. Like, it was sort of bad timing, but I was also like really excited because we've had this trip planned for like so many years, and for it to actually like finally happen, especially after 2020, was just like really exciting. So it was nice to come back to, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Next one was, have you tested the temperature of the underground storage, underfloor, sorry. We don't really show it much anymore, but we do have 2 pantries, if you guys can remember. And would it benefit from metal boxes?
So for like the price difference and what it would cost us to get some fabricated, I feel like my thought process is, if, say, you put a piece of wood in the freezer, it's still going to reach freezing, same as if you put metal in the thing. So I feel like it might cool down quicker on a colder day, but then the canal stays pretty what do you call it, the canal temperature stays fairly.
It probably would, but it would cost, I wouldn't even like to hazard a guess.
But then
how
it
much
would
that
it would never get colder than the canal temperature anyway, but the wood would cool down to that temperature. I don't think it would make too much difference.
No,
it's not a bad shout. Metal, though,
it's only got like, it's still cool in there once it's full of rubbish at the moment, but it is just going to have wine and it is going to have vegetables in, so it doesn't need to be that temperature controlled, I wouldn't say. Next one. Did you consider replacing the windows with double glazing, and do you have any condensation issues? I would say we would love double glazing. We haven't even looked into it because we just know that'd be
expensive.
far out of our budget.
A guide price on per window when we were looking is about 400 or 500 quid per window,
And
I think.
we wouldn't ever change this boat now or the outside, but if I had my choice, I wouldn't have the shape windows that we had. And if we were going to pay that much, you'd want to get the window shape you would
Yeah.
want, but then you'd have to like change the whole still. I just don't think it's worth it to
There's
us.
8 windows as well. We've got quite a few windows, so that would be £4,000 plus fitting, roughly. And so when this boat was new, it had the little louver. Am I going to explain that? Like the little weird ones you get?
Yeah.
It still had 2 of those left, but the guys that we bought it off put these windows in. So these windows are newer than what was in here. And to fit these, they had to cut the steel and then weld different bits in. So it's already been patched up, and I feel like it's not really sensible, to be fair, and expensive.
It would be nice.
But
I mean,
condensation wise, I feel with every single pane you will get when it's hot in here and cold outside, you're going to get condensation.
yeah.
I feel like it's just part of living on a boat.
I wouldn't say it's issues though, would it? It's just part
Not
of
yet,
it.
not yet. To be fair, it's quite a new build. We'll see if stuff starts rotting, then we might have to look at.
Could it rot?
Eventually, I mean, the timber will be.
Yeah.
You can get. I've seen a few of the boaters. They've got the little Karcher Hoover window hoovers.
Yes, they would be good.
But
I wouldn't say it's been an issue so far.
Not really. No, not noticed it anyway. We'll see.
Yeah. Next one is for you as well. Joe's work history.
So after college, I basically went to work at a timber merchant. Started as an apprentice and worked in like all the different, from order picking in the mill, sales, buying. Really enjoyed it. It's like a 2-year apprenticeship, and then from there I went to work for a builder's merchant. Learned more about general building materials. Never really been in the trade, but my family's all from the trade. So my dad's, like I said, a builder, brother's a plumber, my other brother's a builder as well. So learned a bit there when I've done like labouring for my dad and stuff.
Growing up around it, haven't you?
Yeah. And then I converted a van, a T4, years ago, which my friend Kellen bought off me.
He said hello.
Has he? Hello, Kel. He's trying to sell it back to me as well.
Is he?
Yeah, he wants me to buy it back. Maybe I'll buy it. I don't know.
No.
That's a no from Danny. Converted that. That was like my first ever thing. Learned a fair bit on that. And then, as you've probably seen, Danny and I had the Sprinter, which went around Europe in.
Yeah.
That was like a massive project for me. Bit off a bit more than we could chew there. We had really bad days there. We started to film that, and we might have started our channel back at the build, which could have like led us on a different way.
I think I wanted to do YouTube then. You weren't that fussed. So then, whilst Joe was trying to do a build that was very like above our thing, it was just Joe wasn't very up for it. But now he's pretty much in charge of YouTube. So
yeah, I'm a boss, chief editor. And yeah, after that, we bought the boat. So we're still. It's not like we're confident or that confident in doing these projects. We're still very much at the top of what we feel is capable with our skill levels. Every project we do. So the next project, which we'll talk more plans, again will be above what we've done previously. So we're like learning all the time, which I love.
Yeah.
And work, sort of. Was it work? My plans for work in the future?
Yeah.
Probably at the minute I'm mainly focused on YouTube. It's not a livable wage at the minute.
No.
But I mean, we could potentially. It pays for like a mooring, Canal River Trust license, and a few other bits, and then whatever spare we've got, we just reinvest in. We bought a new drone. We're trying to buy a new camera and stuff. So just putting it back into the channel to see where we could take this.
Yeah.
And I want to do some more projects in the future. Maybe once we're really finished on this and the pain's gone away from building this boat, maybe I'll do another smaller boat project and sell it and maybe make a little bit of money there and film it, just so I've got like a different source of income.
Yeah.
That's potential. That'd be my goal, would be to like be able to do a few more projects and film them.
Yeah, sounds good. Hey, Rodney, really enjoying your videos. You're doing a great job on the boat. I started to watch you when you bought it. Keep up the good work. I'm watching from Trinidad and Tobago. Wow. That's insane. Nice. When we hit 1 million views, we went on like, because there's lots of analytics on YouTube. It's had 120 countries over since whenever we started. our channel have watched us, which is just incredible. Thank you so much. Next one. Do you have a time frame for living on your boat before you leave your next adventure? So what is it now? It's October now. We're going to Prague over New Year, but that's only for about a week, maybe 10 days. So I wouldn't really class that as an adventure. Well, it is. And we will film it, but it, not like anything massive. We've got a couple of days in February whilst we're going away as well. But our next big adventure is in April. April till hopefully June. We're going to be driving to Greece. It's one of our best friends' wedding. And yeah, we just thought it would be a really good opportunity to
Tick off
see
some countries,
see the Balkans and stuff, which is what sort of where we wanted to head when we got in the van back in 2020, but then we couldn't get down there because of all the countries were locked down and stuff. We had an amazing time in Italy, don't get me wrong, but we were hoping to head down the Balkans then because that's somewhere we hadn't been. So yeah, we're really looking forward to that. Plans after the boat is finished.
Plans after the boat's finished. As I briefly touched on, we want to do some more projects.
Yeah.
The main one, which won't be anytime soon, but as soon as we can afford to, I think Danny said like an Ofsted that we watch indie projects have got an off-grid place. We fell in love with Italy.
Yeah.
Well, we went there years before we actually drove the van there, and then we spent a lot of time in Puglia, down in the heel of the boot. Absolutely fell in love with it. The olives, and there's these old stone buildings called Trullies, and we'd love to buy one, and they're really reasonable at the minute.
Yeah. Don't you all go out there and buy it, okay? That is the goal. That is the long-term goal, I'd say.
Make an off-grid property over there, which we could spend 3 months a year. So 3 months on the boat.
No, 6 months a year. But 3 months at a time.
Yeah, 6 months a year, but 3 months on the boat, 3 months doing the property up, 3 months back on the boat, for instance, the property up.
Yeah.
Which would be lush.
That would be the dream. And I think it's doable. It's just since Brexit, that's limited the amount of time. Before we would have been able to go over there and stay and get a job and stuff. But since Brexit, it's the 3 months on, 3 months off.
Which we just got to work around, basically.
Which is fine. Would you consider buying another van and revisiting the countries that... Wait, let me read that again. Would you consider buying another van and revisiting the countries since the world has opened back up, the countries that we went to before?
In our van, yeah.
And absolutely yes. We would love to go back to all the countries we've been to. I don't think there's any country in the world that we've been to that we wouldn't want to go back to. I would love to do Sweden again. We ate loads of mushrooms that we foraged and stuff. It's just a beautiful time. I would 100% do that whole trip again. And will we get in a van?
Yes.
100%.
Watch this space.
Watch the space.
A project.
Definitely.
Yeah. For
sure. Plans moving forward, how long will you be on the cut? So as we said, we're going away in April. We're on the cut at the moment, but we are sort of heading somewhere else.
For a bit.
Yeah, for a bit.
Try and be vague.
Yeah, the video's up next week, but yeah, we're not... Once we're back next year, so in July or June, we want to... Yeah, after Greece, we are going to be making our way up to London. We're just going to head there. I think this year we got very caught up. There was lots of weddings, lots of things going on. Yeah, it was a summer of love, so we just ended up staying around here, but hopefully we will. Next year, we're going to be making our way up the Kennet and Avon up to London, then basing ourselves there for a little while.
And then maybe further afield after that. In terms of sort of years plans, we've got no intentions of selling the boat. We always want to keep the boat as our base and home in England.
We've put too much into this.
Everyone with our family friend making the doors, Gary making the doors, my dad making bits. Like the
just means a lot to us.
Yeah, it's just a bit personal.
Yeah.
Which we had no intentions of making it this sentimental, but now it's just like, it's all of our favourite things, isn't it?
So that's all the questions that were on all of our bits that we put in the comments. That didn't make any sense. Like that you guys messaged us. So now I'm just going to have a read through all of your messages on here, which is amazing. Hello. Trying to see if there's any more questions. You guys are from everywhere. It's incredible. We've got Banbury, we've got Scotland, Trinidad and Tobago, which is just insane.
Maybe
Florida,
if we can't
California,
buy in Italy,
Vancouver.
we'd love an off-grid place up in Scotland, like
Yes.
Silver Foxes? No, Foxes Afloat.
Foxes Afloat.
But
I've
we
not
wouldn't-
actually seen that place, but we used to
I
watch
know they've got
them.
a lot of animals,
Yeah,
but we wouldn't
we'd
sell our
love
boat.
animals. Oh, my goodness.
I actually can't read that. My
Thank
eyes
you. Sorry, I'm just trying to skim through. Are you having a bad hair day? I can't even speak.
Oh my head, yeah, a bit of a bad hair day. I'm trying to look more like a sailor as well.
Someone
me a bit more
asked, got a
confidence
chance of buying an
when I'm
EcoFlow.
sailing.
Sorry. Got a chance of buying an EcoFlow Delta Pro, 1 month old. Do you think it is too big for the boat?
The Pro, so that's bigger than.
Watch the space.
To give you like scale, does it work? Danny's head.
Oh, thanks.
That's the standard Delta. The Pro, is the Pro bigger than the Max?
Must be.
I'd say like as long as you can pick it up and move it, then
Yeah.
no, because that would last us quite a few days anyway.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt having a bigger one.
Yeah.
But this is fine.
That
equally.
is good.
Yeah.
Do you have a route planned up for your upcoming trip? So with the whole Greece thing, we haven't really planned a route. We know what countries we want to go through, and sort of the rough time that we're going to be able to spend in them. We could easily make that trip a whole year. So we are having to sort of skim through the countries, but equally not do it so fast that we can't film it and keep up with it, because that's what sort of happened in America, and that was why it was quite
so
overwhelming
a few
for
rest
us.
days would be good in between.
Yeah.
Have you told him? So Danny's got a challenge upon herself to visit every country in Europe before she's 30.
Yeah.
How old are you?
26.
26. We've got 4 years.
We're about 40% of the way there. Maybe a little bit less. So, and with this trip,
is it 8?
I think we're gonna touch at like 8 more countries.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yeah. And then if we, like I said before, there's no countries we wouldn't not revisit.
Yeah.
But this would give us a good chance to see, like, out of Croatia, Albania, Montenegro.
Can't wait to see Albania,
Bosnia and stuff. Just
Slovenia.
It looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Greece, we've got the longest in because of the wedding and stuff.
Yeah. That underplating scares me. Never thought about these things. Question is there anything that you've done in the design of the interior that you now regret and would do differently?
I don't really like this green. Sorry, Danny.
Joe wants to paint the green darker, but
is it in the living room on inside?
I would say the thing that I would change is I absolutely love the bath and I don't regret the bath, but you can't stand in it. And we're not exactly tall. So I would say either sank it in the floor, which I don't know the logistics of that and how it would work, but I would say sink it in the floor so you can stand up in it, and also the whole tap situation. Joe has got some bits, he tells me now,
I've got lots
to make
do.
it, but the sink in there is basically just an ornament for our towels at the moment. We just wash our hands in the bath. So
in terms of sinking it, the hardest part, because the bath's already below water level, it doesn't just drain out. It goes into a 12-volt pump that pumps it overboard. So you've got this quite hefty pipe that comes below the thing. So to sink the bath down in the floor, you've got to cut through our floorboards. Then underneath, you've got this steel plate which holds the ballast in.
Yeah.
Then you have to take all the ballast out. You have to angle grind these strengthening beams out.
It's a lot.
I'm not brave enough to do that.
No.
So we'll just crouch and get bad necks.
Oh, thank you so much, Luke. That's lovely. Coffee from Quebec. Is that how you say it?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That's where we were going to go back in 2020, but we decided when we do go to Canada, 2 weeks is just not long enough. So we're going to have to make a real trip of that. I've lost where I was on the comments. My goodness. Stickers, blah, 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 blah. Do you ever get a takeaway delivered? We've never tried, but I think you could in certain areas.
In the marina, they did.
Yeah.
Every week they got a Chinese delivered. They knew him by name and by boat, I think.
Yeah. So, are you planning to cruise inland waterways or staying local? So, yeah. For the meantime, we are staying local, but as of next summer, we will be getting we won't be paying any marina, and we will just sort of be on the cut then, I think. not indefinitely, because the thing is we just like traveling so much, so being our boat for when we
safely.
do want to go on like a sort of 2-3 month adventure, because it's just not fair to rely on friends or family to sort of keep an eye on the boat really when they've got their own lives.
But I must admit, since moving the boat out of the marina down to the dock to paint it, my confidence in terms of locks and just handling the boat has grown so much, and I've actually been really enjoying moving the boat. Before, it was such a chore, and I put it off as much as possible, and we did as few miles as we could in the boat. But since we've sort of been cruising,
now.
Danny's happy moving it as well.
Yeah.
It's just an enjoyable experience. Now it's done as well, or relatively done, we can come make a drink and just cruising. It's just been, I can see why people do holidays on these, but before I was like, this is awful.
Why are we doing it? It's just great anxiety.
But just really enjoying it. Actually, genuinely can't wait to go and explore more of the UK in the boat now. Whereas before, I was really putting it off. I was like, have we made the right decision?
Yeah.
Maybe we just park it in a marina and don't move, but really want to move it.
This is one of my favorite questions. Will you eventually get your own dog? And if so, what type? Now, there's definitely breeds that we would love, but our morals tell us that we have to rescue.
We're going to rescue.
We're definitely going to rescue. So if I could pick my dream little puppy, it would be like a Newfoundland or a St. Bernard, I think. I always used to be a Labradoodle, but I think I like the bigger breeds now. What would you have?
Yeah,
wait.
So my first dog is definitely going to be a Staffordshire Bull Terrier.
Yeah.
Absolutely love them. Maybe a blue one. But there's quite a few up for rescue, and I actually don't think Danny would tell me off if I brought one home today. The only reason we're not is due to our travel plans. We don't think it's quite fair, although we see more and more people.
I'm saying it's quite easy. I think it's to get to Australia. I think is difficult still, but I think you
States,
can. Yeah,
it's just rabies checks basically, and then you can take them almost anywhere,
which is insane.
But especially if we're traveling by van
and by boat.
Like we had my parents' dog Barney on here, massive dog, nearly over 50 kilos, and actually didn't shrink the place. So we're not too worried in terms of breeds, but we still want to do some like flight travel.
Yeah.
To look after the dog.
Yeah, but we will. If we don't come back from Greece, I think there's lots of cats and dogs in Greece and
we might bring
countries like that. And we'll try not to bring one back. But yes, we definitely want a dog in the near future.
Or dogs. And a cat as well. Boat cat would be cute.
Joe, did you ever fit a breather pipe on the new rocker cover?
No, that was a good point. But the cap breathes. It's got a different cap on it, which has got like a vent. But I still want to do it just in case. That's a good point, actually. Remember that.
Did you see narrowboats with James Clouds? They're inspired by you. Yes, we saw them. Someone tagged them us. Thank you. It's really cute. Oh, what's your latest video? Semington. Oh, that's it. That's is the Kane really as bad as certain other vloggers make out, or is it more friendly? We've never been to any other canal, so we find it really friendly. Fine. I think we've heard people say different things about it, but yeah, we've always had really good experiences. Everyone's been really friendly.
Yeah. There's lots of hire boats. So in the busy season, it is really quite busy. It's fairly hard to get more in. So in around like the popular towns like Bradford-on-Avon, where we've been, quite hard to get more in.
Yeah,
there are people that don't tend to move their boats as well.
I think that gives it a bad name.
Apart from that, really, that's all we know, though. To be fair,
yeah.
So maybe when we get further afield, it'd be great. I mean, I'm sure London's much the same, but when we get further, I'm really looking forward to exploring the Midlands.
Yeah,
really like Birmingham, especially the amount of canals and stuff.
Can't wait to go
all
to
the
Manchester.
Industrial heritage.
That's probably going to take us like 3 years to get there. Is your boat a Springer? Yes.
No.
Oh, I thought I knew the answer to that.
No, is it? So it's in the style of a Harborough marine boat, which has got the massive pointy bow. But it's actually an ex-Black Prince hire boat, 1980. We've actually passed 4 of them on this cruise we've been that have all been converted ex-hire boats. We've seen 4 so far, the same style. Well, it's surprising when we bought the boat, we thought, all narrowboats are the same. But when you actually spend time on a boat, they vary so much. There's so many different designs.
So different.
We've got cruiser stern, and I guess I don't know what the bow's called, but like a decent outside bow space. And then compared to some of the traditional ones, we've got so much outdoor space.
Yeah, I'm really happy with ours. Like we said, we just bought it on a whim. It was one that was in our budget and in Bradford-on-Avon, which is close to where we live.
Yeah.
But yeah, really happy with our design. Looking at other boats,
It's
I think
good.
ours is quite pretty.
It was good timing that we got as well, because it's only been on eBay for about an hour and it already had I think within the first day it had 100 watchers and so many thousand views or
Yeah,
whatever.
we got
My
really
dad was basically
lucky.
the people down at Bradford Wharf were happy that it went to someone local and
Yeah,
it wasn't just going to get shipped up north
north.
or somewhere, yeah, or taken up to London and sold on for more money. So we got really lucky with it.
Yeah.
Still pleased. It's
Hello
an old boat,
from
but
Scotland, Scottish
oh,
Highlands.
nice.
Do you get terrorized by kids on the canal? No, we haven't actually.
No, lucky, quite good
Nothing.
around here. I must admit, we're on the Kennet and Avon like Facebook page for like the boaters and stuff. There are more and more thefts
Yeah,
at the minute
bikes
going on.
especially.
Bikes,
Generators.
batteries, gas canisters. People get more desperate. I guess it's a sign of the times as well, really.
Yeah.
People are desperate, and yeah, just got to be extra careful, really.
Now about the James Bill. Well, evening, guys. Love a Guinness. Sorry, someone said it's buffering. I hope this is working out. I hope you guys can see us. Has anyone told Joe he looks like Roman Kemp?
Oh, is that Thingy Kemp thing?
Yeah.
The dad's better looking. Maybe I'll age into the dad.
Yeah, the dad is better looking.
Martin.
I'm purposely not answering where we are on the cut now and what's your plans for winter, because we are going to speak about that a little bit next Sunday.
Oh yeah, next video coming out is where
Yeah.
we're going. We don't want to spoil a surprise. It's not that exciting, but
No, but we just
get
thought
the
we'd leave
views
it
up,
now.
innit?
You decided on a boat doggy yet? Oh, it's coming, honestly. Sorry, I think we're a bit out of sync.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do a speed test.
Doing a speed test. Living off grid with in a
well,
boat.
That's bad.
Sorry.
Nearly 2 megabyte.
Right. Last couple of questions. Hello from Lincolnshire. Boat won't ever be finished. We 100% agree. How do you take time off your Greece trip, Danny? So I work as a nurse, but I work on a 0 hours contract, so I get to choose my hours. So I can work as much or as little as I want, really. So yeah, I'll just be working more up, before and after the trip to sort of fund that. Hi from Denmark. Joe, do you find people cause problems for you on your boat? For example, kids. Oh, we've just answered that. Do you still ache from stripping and priming the boat? No, we're just about over it, I think.
That did last a few days. I think adrenaline and coffee got us through that.
Yeah. Oh wow. That's terrible.
Wi-Fi is so bad.
Yeah, sorry that our Wi-Fi is so bad. How do you continue your nursing career? So yeah, I work because I'm on an agency, so I get to sort of pick and choose where I am, and it will really work for us when we're traveling around the country, that I can then
pick up shifts.
Yeah,
wherever
pick
we
up
are,
shifts wherever we are. So I'm really fortunate with how my career's took a turn for, really. Do you have radiators or blown air?
Blown air, blown hot air. From living in the van, we had a diesel heater. Loved it.
Yeah.
It's a nice dry heat.
We got the fire as well.
We've got log burner as well. So log burner heats up the living room and kitchen, and then the hot air, it's a Webasto, blows up into the bathroom and bedroom.
Someone says if you disable your video and then re-able it, it will sync back up, but I don't want to turn this off. Don't end it.
If we end it, it'll pop
edit it. No, I don't know how to do that, and I don't want to ruin it. But thank you.
I got a feeling we might have actually ran out of our internet. Danny did warn me about this.
I did tell you.
2 seconds.
Is that going to go off?
Camera might go off.
Oh, sorry guys. We are still here. We're just trying to get it to sync back up a little bit.
We're not very professional. Just log into me.
Oh, sorry about this, guys.
I reckon we ran out of internet. Hang on, 2 seconds.
Oh, I told Joe about this.
Oh no, got 36 gig left. It's just crap.
Oh, sorry, guys. That's even worse.
No.
That's the worst outcome. Oh. Got more of your in display. Sorry, I'm not sure if that's helped. Probably not. Love your videos.
Yeah, it's down to 1 bar.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't really know what else we can do. Keep losing my place. Hey to everyone that's saying hey to us. Hi from Texas. Greetings from Kansas. Loving the paint. Hi guys. I'm not too far away. I'm in Taunton. I've watched every single one of your videos. Oh. Do you still have room for a drain pipe? What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
I'm trying to think.
Do you mean outside for the water? No. Hi from the mountain in Spain. That's incredible.
Oh, nice.
We're going to sell our house here and buy a boat. Oh, maybe we could just swap. Save time. Someone else likes our colour green, Joe?
It looks right in this, but
He lost the wedding.
not
How
sure.
badly did you beat him for losing it? Oh, he was really upset. So I was really gutted, but he was upset, so I couldn't be mad at him. We're just both really clumsy. I don't know who let us live on a boat, to be honest.
I'm glad we got it back though. I was a bit worried for my life at one point.
Oh, behave. It keeps going back up. Oh, you're in sync again now. Are we? That's good. Stand on the roof, James said. Oh, definitely back to normal.
We have actually got, it's one on, the list we wrote, we've got a new, probably 10 things I need to write on it.
Yeah.
And one of those, we've got an aerial, I've just not fitted it. I should have done it before, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Someone said, any new beers that we recommend?
Oh.
What did we have the other day?
Pints off. So there's a brewery in Somerton, Somerset, called, I can't remember what it's called.
For where?
We had a pint the other day. That was
Oh.
nice. But they do one called the Peaky Blinder, which is a pale ale. That was gorgeous. And their bitter is called Giggle and Titter. You should be able to find it from that. They're quite a small brewery, but I think they post bottles all around.
Thank you, Billy, for some money towards some paint for Joe to get rid of the green. Oh, sorry. That question about the pipe was in real time. I tried to read that. We're not very good at multitasking.
Oh.
Would you buy another boat? Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
But not, this one's our home.
Yeah, this one's we've been eyeing up all the tiny narrow boats along the cut, like 25, 30 foot. And wilderness boats, if anyone knows wilderness, they're GRP or fiberglass, and they're actually made. We found out from the guys at Noah's Pantry in Bradford-on-Avon because their son-in-law's gone and bought one, or son-in-law, maybe future son-in-law. They're made in Semmington, which is where our dock was, or they used to be made in Semmington. That's where the guy's based to, and essentially they're lightweight enough. You can pull them out of the water, put them on a trailer, store them over winter.
Like a little caravan, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got like a bit of a cult following now, so they're worth quite a bit of money. But something like that, maybe a little cruiser. You can pick up cruisers for like 3,000 to 5,000. So maybe do one of those.
Seen one 27 foot 8K about a week ago. We have no money.
Yeah, we got no money
now, but maybe next year or the year after. But
I'd love to be able to do one and film it and do it up within the space of like 6 months, maybe a little bit less.
I think if the whole insulation thing or the battens were in, then now you know as well. Yeah, it's definitely all learning, isn't it?
Yeah, but basically a boat that we can turn around anywhere along the canal almost.
Yeah, just
something a bit more manoeuvrable.
JT, for what it's worth, I like the noodle cup green. I like the noodle cup green.
Oh, I forgot about a pot noodle.
Yeah.
I mentioned that, didn't I? Because the boat looks like a pint of Guinness now.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's pretty much what we are on. 44 minutes. Wow. If we do this again, guys, we are going to try and make the internet better. Like Joe says, he'll put the thing up.
The aerial.
But yeah, we just wanted to thank you all really for our hitting 10,000. We started the channel. It says we started the channel earlier than we did because I think I just set it up
you put some of the videos from the van build up, and they
Yeah.
look crap.
Yeah,
So
so
we
we
took them
did.
down.
Yeah, so we got rid of them, and
then the videos have gradually gotten better. I think you probably
I
agree.
think so.
I think I'd like to spend more, like I said, we want to upgrade the camera equipment and stuff. Do
Yeah.
some more like cinematic stuff
Yeah,
when we're cruising, especially because it's all well and good because you've got power tools and stuff.
yeah.
But when you're cruising, I make some sort of mini films and stuff. Get more into cinematography. That'd be the goal.
Oh, thank you, Esther. You've both been inspiring for your vlogs. You both work incredibly hard. Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, thank you. Genuinely, every week you all show up.
Yeah,
Such good comments.
it means
So, like,
the world.
even if we're having like a bad week on the boat and it's like some tasks been crap, like
Mundane tasks.
like preparing the boat and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just a quick read through any of the comments.
Yeah. We
really
love
brings
to
us back
hear
up.
that some
Yeah.
of you guys have bought a boat because you've watched
Yeah, we're
us. And
sorry.
we,
We're so sorry.
and we've like met some of you guys as well. Like obviously our
Mm.
channel's so small, but when we went to America, we met like 5 of you guys out there, which was incredible. And sometimes when we're on the canal, we get recognized, which is amazing. It's just
Yeah.
it's such a warm feeling that, you know, some of you guys have bought a boat because of us. Yeah, I apologize, but yeah, it's nice to hear that we inspire you at all. I think that's really cool.
I can't believe after watching all of our videos and you still want to buy a boat.
Oh, I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys once
Yeah.
again. And yeah, maybe we'll do this again when we get to 20k.
20k.
Maybe.
Christ.
We're at 10,001 now as well.
10.1.
Yeah.
10,100.
Aw.
Bless you.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
We're gonna
thank you.
wash up now because around us is absolute
This
chaos.
looks tidy, but the rest is
Yeah,
like
we've got
carnage.
pumpkins as well. We're gonna carve some pumpkins and put them on the roof. So see you guys next week when we talk a little bit more about what we're doing
And where we're going.
and where we're going. Shall I end it?
Mm.
Bye.